Alright, welcome everyone. This is the Winchester 77 XS Air Rifle review. Now, this works off of a multi-pump pneumatic cylinder, which is very self-explanatory. It's air-powered, which is a good thing because it means you don't have to use CO2 canisters to propel the projectile. It also means you could do this pretty much anywhere in the world, even on Mount Everest, though you may need some extra pumps to get up to max power. Speaking of which, it takes 10 pumps to get to maximum power, and a recommended 3 pumps for indoor shooting, maximum. So, of course, because it's multi-pump, it takes a bit of time to get to max power, so I wouldn't recommend this for any significant drills, but it is a little fun toy to keep yourself busy. Now, on the box, it advertises an 800 foot per second muzzle velocity. I'll give a metric and Mach equivalent right over here or so. But anyways, it is chambered in .177 caliber or 4.5 millimeter for everybody else except the Americans. It uses BBs and pellets, which is great. Speaking of which, this has a 50 magazine capacity, 50 BBs. And if you want to use pellets, all you have to do is just open the bolt, hand load one in, and then you'll be good to go. Of course, close it if you want to shoot. So for other peripherals, this comprises of a polymer buttstock as well as handguard. Of course, the buttstock has a thumb hole, as you can see, and I don't really like that because while it tries to give you like a pistol grip feel, which is something I do prefer, it's not really the best thing. It's fairly restrictive if you want to engage the safety with just one hand, so you have to do it with two hands. But other than that, it feels pretty well. It works well to my dimensions. I'm about 6 foot or 1.83 centimeters. So yeah. By the way, this did come in the box with a 4x32 air rifle scope, but I just slapped on a 4x40. Not much has changed. The reticle is the exact same. We'll get some more footage of that. Right, the safety. It works with a crossbolt trigger lock system, meaning that once engaged, the trigger cannot be depressed to a significant degree to set off the rifle. However, you can still manage the weapon in other aspects, like you can manipulate the bolt and the magazine door completely fine. So I think that's a plus. Also, this has a 20-inch rifled steel barrel, so you'll get that gyroscopically stabilized projectile flying as far as you need to. In terms of effective range, it's roughly 200 yards, I would say, which is about 200 meters. I wouldn't recommend going there because you'll have to cant the rifle up quite a significant degree if you want to reach that far. Now let's get to some operations of the rifle itself. Action. Alright, so this is how you operate the rifle. Of course, here's your trigger, here's your safety, and here's your trigger, here's your safety, and here's your bolt handle. And also this is the handle to the pump. So, first and foremost, you need to make sure that your gun is on safe, which it is. This is depressed, and if I push that, hopefully you can see the red, so there, it was on fire, now it is on safe. Now you need to chamber a BB, which is what I have here. As you can see, there is one attached to the magnetic metal strip over there. And once you've fired, which we'll demonstrate shortly, you will see that the BB from the magazine well will just pop in right there. So push that in, make sure we're on safe, good to go. Now the pumping action. Let's just go with 3 to keep this concise. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now we're still not ready to shoot because, as you can see, the trigger is locked. Still, make sure we have one in the chamber. We're good to go. Now we depress. We are hot. Now hopefully you can see the reticle. Just a second. There. Alright, and then we fire. Now as you can see, now that we have fired, we cannot depress the trigger anymore, and the safety will not engage. But it's important to know this, right? So, in order to re-engage the trigger and be able to re-engage the safety, you just need to pull the bolt handle back just enough until you hear a click. Now, as you can see, there's nothing in the chamber, hopefully, because we haven't brought it back far enough. If we wanted to do that, we just pull back and the BB will magnetically place itself back onto the pin. Push that in and we can re-engage the safety. Other than that, if we talk about the scope, the one that came in the box, like I said, is very simple. And we don't actually need it because this comes with a pair of iron sights. If you can get that right over there, all you need to do is line up the white dot to the blacked out rears, which is a pretty good system. It allows for quick target acquisition. But like I said, you wouldn't be doing this for any significant drills. You just do this for fun. This does come with its own sort of scope mounts and its own, I guess, proprietary rail system. It's extremely simple, nothing like Picatinny or anything like that. There is some texturing up front on the handguard, so you can get a solid grip there. It's a little painful if I rub it too hard. And in terms of other interesting features, you can see there's embossing of Winchester Air Rifles, made in China, warning da 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 da. This is the BB magazine door. Just flick that down, flick it up, you'll be good to go. On this side, it's again Winchester Air Rifle. It does set up the steps right over here like I've done before. And yeah, push button safety. And that seems to be about it. Now, time for my closing thoughts. I think this is a solid air gun. Like I said, it's not like a real firearm, so you can't get real training out of it, but I do think it is a great way to enter into the firearms world, where you can recognize firearm safety and how to operate one, you know, doing all that sort of thing. And as recommended on the box itself, not recommended to people under the age of 16. So if you really are interested in guns like I am, but not necessarily of age to get a license, this is a good way to start out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the B-roll. Thank you very much to Caleb for being the cameraman and David for being the bookman. And also shout out to my outfit boys. Hopefully we'll get a range day soon. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and stay safe out there. Make sure your chambers are clear.